My name is Gopala Vasudevan. I'm a faculty member at the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. I've been here for 10 years. Prior to this, I've taught at Northeastern University. I also have taught at Suffolk University. My research is in corporate finance, and I have published more than 20 papers in this area. So I look forward to working with you with this course. Okay, and my office is in 317 Charlton. My number is 508-999-8426. The easiest way to get in touch with me is through email, and it is gvasudevan@umassd.edu. Now, I also plan to have office hours online, Tuesday from 11 to 12 and Thursday from 11 to 12. Okay? So we can, if you have any questions, you can contact me. Also, if you need any other help, the easiest way is to email me. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Okay? So let's talk about the course. As you know, the semester is very short. Okay? And in the case of the online, the main thing is, I think you have to be disciplined. You want to make sure that you look at the deadlines in the syllabus as well as online and keep up with that. Okay? And the main thing is that, I have a lot of students and it's very difficult to give extensions for individual students. So please try to make sure you understand that you keep up with that. Okay? Now, as far as preparing for the course and preparing for the exams, I think you want to make sure you do the readings for each week on time and complete the assignments on time. As far as the exams are concerned, I do post sample exams. Okay, so you definitely want to take a look at that. And once you take the exam, please make sure you send me a copy of your work. And mainly for the problems, because even if you get the answer wrong, I will still be able to give you partial credit as long as you send me the answers prior to the deadline. Okay. Now, what about the course? So as far as this course is concerned, what we are looking at is, we are looking at a U.S. corporation, a multinational U.S. corporation. So we will examine the economics of international markets and the determinants of the exchange rates in both theory and practice. So before we talk about the firm, we want to look at the international markets. So what are some of the specialities regarding the market, and what are the factors that affect the exchange rates? We'll also examine a variety of financial contracts that can be used to manage exchange rate risk. So here we're talking about contracts such as futures, options, and so on that companies use to bring down their exposure to exchange rates. And why do we care about that? The main reason is that we can use these tools to improve the financial decision making for multinational firms. Okay. Now, what is required here, you definitely want to make sure you have a textbook, and the textbook is International Financial Management, Chet Madura, 11th edition. Even if you have an older edition, that should work. Okay. You also want to make sure you read the class handouts posted on Blackboard, and especially for doing the calculations, you will need a financial calculator or Excel. Now, where do you think I'm going to post the materials? All the materials will be posted on my courses. Okay, so any materials, slides, assignments, and readings, everything will be there. Exams are done online on my courses. Assignments are done online on my courses. The syllabus is there, as well as all the lecture notes. Okay. Now, what about the grading policy? We will only have 2 exams. The first exam is 35% of the grade. The final exam is 35% of the grade. I will also be giving you assignments for pretty much every chapter. Together they count for 20%. I will also have a blog, and participation in the blog will give you 10%. One thing you want to be, make sure is that if you look at the assignments and the blog, that's 30% of the grade. That's almost as much as an exam. So I think the key here is to improve your grade. Please make sure you do the assignments on time, you participate in the blog. That way, even if you do badly in one exam, you still can get a very good grade. Okay. And what is the process? Assignments for every chapter will be posted on my courses. Exams will be posted on my courses. and the syllabus has the dates for each assignment. The syllabus also has the dates for the exam. So please make sure you keep track of that. Okay. Now, when you look at the course, there are like 2 or 3 modules as far as the course is concerned, as far as the textbook is organized. So the first module, this is mainly the material for exam 1. It talks about exchange rates and global markets. So we are talking about the big picture, an overview of global markets. We will talk about currencies. We will talk about assets. And we will talk about factors that determine exchange rates. So all of these are looking at the macroeconomic picture. We are looking at the big picture. And we'll also talk about firms themselves. So we mainly talk about the use of derivatives and other contracts by multinational firms to hedge their exchange rate risk. Okay. So the exam 1 material, that would be chapter 1, that is overview of multinational financial management. Chapter 2, international flow of funds. Chapter 3, international financial markets. Chapter 4, which is exchange rate determination. And the last, there are 2 more chapters. One is chapter 5 that talks about currency derivatives, and chapter 11 that talks about transaction exposure for multinational firms. So if you look at the material for the first exam, I definitely say that 1, 2, and 3 are descriptive chapters. They give you the big picture, and chances are you get some short questions for the exam. Okay? Now, chapter 4 is a little bit quantitative, not too much, but chapter 5 and chapter 11 are very quantitative chapters. Okay? So they are also a little bit difficult because we are talking about a new type of security, and that would be, we will deal with currency derivatives. So here we are talking about futures contracts, options contracts, and so on. So that's a little bit difficult, especially if you're not taken any such material. Okay? Now, after that, we have the exam 1, and the format would be 15 short questions and 6 problems or short essays. So chances are you get 6 problems. So in this case, I think what I will do is, when the exam is given, there will be 2 parts. 15 short questions will be one part of the exam, and the 6 problems will be another part of the exam. So these will be 2 separate exams because I don't want to put them together. Okay. Now, after that, what are the chapters for the final exam? That would be chapter 7, international arbitrage and interest rate parity. And then we will talk about chapter 8, managing. Then we have chapter 11, managing transaction exposure. Chapter 14, multinational capital budgeting. And chapter 17, multinational cost of capital. So these are the materials you have after exam 1. Okay, that would be counted towards the exam 2. Okay, so what I'll do is, I think this is pretty much the introduction, and I just want to reiterate, some of the things we said before, and that is, please make sure, you are on target, you are up to speed with the materials, because, there will not be, a second chance to take the exam and so on. So make sure you complete everything on time.